There are topics that are perennial, that have been around for a long time and they're still relevant, and there are so-called urgent ones that we've been debating more recently. Let me start with the latter ones. I think the key thing is the technology change that is coming. Everybody talks about digitalization and what it may mean, and it's very important to think through how the platform economy and network economy will change. In that relations, there are many, many points that are being discussed and I think we'll touch later. The second thing that is very important is that after many years of globalization, we see a refragmentation of the global economy, of the political landscape. You don't have, the West having a united point of view following the United States anymore. You have a multipolar political system, which has a lot of implications on increased risk in our world and less security around what is going to happen on the economic agenda. So that's another thing that is fairly new for us to wrestle with, whether that's inside of Europe, but between Europe and the United States, Russia, Middle East, and China. So that's the second piece. When you think about the perennial issues that we've always been debating, they are not going away. The most important ones are that we have very mature economies in the West. We have declining populations, which are creating issues, particularly for the pension systems. We have not addressed the public debt that we have in many mature economies and not so mature economies, so that's the states are over-indebted, and which means that we'll have less welfare money available to treat for the old and those that are in need. And on top of that, something that is also not going away, that we have to have better risk provision for those that are not covered well in society, whether it's on the healthcare side, disability side, and other parts of risk. And last but not least, and last but certainly not least, is the fundamental change in climate that we have on our Mother Earth that needs to be taken very seriously. Now let me start with the urgent ones again. I've just mentioned that there is, number one, sort of deglobalization, a refragmentation of the political and economic landscape. And obviously, as institutional investors, not just on life, but also P&C and health, large holders of capital, we have to take the risk management of the assets and the liability side forward. We need to make sure that we are a safe sector, and we need to make sure that we protect our capital and we protect the interest of our clients. The other one that I've just mentioned is the digital change that is coming. And it is changing not just the technology base of what we are doing, but it's also changing client expectations and behaviors. And we need to move much faster in terms of adapting our products to technology change. So it's not so important what other insurance companies do. It is important what our clients are experiencing on digital platforms. On the perennial issues, to stay so, the implications are as predicted in the past. With all the public sector debt, we need to provide old age provision systems. We need to have better healthcare support for our clients. The second issue on climate change that I've mentioned, it is very, very important that we change our business model and prepare for a carbon-free economy. That's very important. Some of us are driving this really, really, really actively. So first and foremost is we have to become a lot more customer-centric. We have to really move closer to understanding what these clients' needs are in the first place. We often are only told by our intermediaries what clients supposedly want. And often that is not true. It's actually the intermediary's interest that's reflected and not always what the clients want. So getting closer to what clients really want and what they pay for and want to pay for is really, really important. Second, as you say, we have to become a lot more agile in terms of responding to that. And a part of the answer is to reduce complexity in our product suites and in our business model. Our industry is extremely complex, not just because of regulation, but also due to our own making. So we need to dramatically simplify our products and product offers and our service processes, which will make us much, much faster. I think these are the key levers. And then we need to make sure that we improve the satisfaction of our clients with our industry, because that strengthens our hands with politicians and regulators. When you as an industry come to the government and say, our clients are very happy, it's very hard for them to ignore you.